Every so often a machine enters the world with no intention of impressing anyone. It simply does its job with such steady confidence that people begin to notice how rarely it gives up. These are the machines that stay in families for decades, that cross landscapes where the pavement fades, that earn reputations not through flashy stats but through steady reliability under heavy stress. They show up in places where maintenance is scarce, where roads demand patience, and where drivers measure value in years, not seasons. They remain in service long after newer choices arrive, and they earn a kind of respect that marketing budgets cannot manufacture. When a vehicle like that appears, it leaves a mark on the people who depend on it. It becomes more than engineering and enters the realm of cultural memory. If you enjoy deep dives into machines with unlikely endurance stories, give a like and subscribe, then leave a comment sharing the next topic you want explored. In exploring the Peugeot 5041978, we begin with a vehicle whose reputation grew in places far from its original design brief. Understanding how it earned such regard requires looking beyond specifications and into the lived experiences of drivers who relied on it daily. The story starts in the late 1970s, a moment when automotive design straddled old mechanical traditions and emerging regulatory pressures that reshaped engines, materials, and passenger safety. The 504 entered this environment as a practical sedan with understated engineering choices that soon proved surprisingly effective in demanding conditions. Commercial expectations for family sedans of the era centered on predictable driving manners, cost efficiency, and repairability. In this context, the 1978 version of the 504 offered a robust chassis, composure over rough roads, and a sense of stability that appealed to drivers across varying climates and terrains. Owners found that its long-travel suspension softened broken pavement while maintaining clarity through the steering. This became one of the car's defining traits, allowing it to serve commuters in cities with aging infrastructure as well as travelers covering long distances through mixed environments. The design choices were not luxurious nor cutting-edge. They simply worked with a consistency that encouraged confidence. The body structure employed generous use of thick-gauge steel, resulting in a sedan that felt solid even after years of high-load usage. This durability also contributed to its sense of safety at a time when many drivers valued mechanical predictability over advanced driver aids. Inside, the layout favored simplicity: wide analog dials, straightforward switchgear, and generous seat cushioning created a cabin that felt approachable to a broad audience. For many buyers, this blend of minimalism and durability represented an honest value proposition. The 504 did not attempt to impress through innovation but through steady performance under typical and demanding use. Powertrains available for the 1978 model year delivered moderate output suited to the car's intended role. What made them appealing was the way they handled variation in fuel quality and maintenance habits. Carbureted engines of the period often required careful tuning, yet the 504's mechanical layout made routine adjustments accessible to owners and independent shops. This ease of service contributed to its future reputation as a car that could keep running even in regions with limited access to specialized tools. In an era when some manufacturers experimented with complex electronic systems, the 504's mechanical straightforwardness became an unintended advantage. Fewer components meant fewer potential failures, and a clean engine bay encouraged home mechanics to learn maintenance practices without intimidation. The model's drivetrain, featuring rear-wheel drive with a sturdy differential setup, offered balanced traction and longevity. This mattered for drivers covering long distances on variable surfaces where mechanical strain added up quickly. A key aspect of the 504's sustained appeal came from the way its suspension absorbed deep potholes and uneven shoulders without transmitting harsh movements to occupants. Shocks and bushings were designed with durability in mind, allowing the sedan to remain composed on roads that would overwhelm lighter-duty vehicles. The cooling system was another area where engineers favored high margins. Radiators and fan assemblies were sized generously, reducing heat stress during extended climbs or slow traffic in hot climates. Rust protection was adequate for the era but not exemplary. Still, many owners learned how to manage corrosion through routine inspections and simple treatments, reinforcing the car's relationship with a hands-on user base that appreciated long-term mechanical stability. The Peugeot 5041978 also benefited from design decisions that emphasized occupant comfort during long journeys. Seats were shaped to reduce fatigue, window areas provided excellent visibility, and interior ventilation kept air flowing when climates demanded it. Materials inside the cabin resisted wear more effectively than some rivals. Vinyls and fabrics maintained structure over time, contributing to the sense that the 504 aged gracefully. Observers often noted how the car maintained its composure during high-load conditions such as steep inclines or extended highway travel. The combination of engine tuning, gearing, and weight distribution allowed the sedan to handle these situations without undue strain. Drivers appreciated the communicative steering that retained accuracy even with aging components. This trait helped the 504 feel trustworthy in environments with tight traffic patterns or winding roads. The trunk layout offered practical cargo space without sacrificing passenger comfort. Families found the sedan suitable for daily use, holiday travel, and mixed-purpose activities that demanded flexibility from a single vehicle. As the 504 became more common in varied markets, it developed a reputation for mechanical transparency. Noises, vibrations, and temperature changes tended to provide clear diagnostic clues, empowering owners to respond early to developing issues. This transparency contributed to its longevity in communities where access to service networks was inconsistent. A vehicle that communicates its needs clearly stands a better chance of staying operational under resource limitations. The 504's design also encouraged incremental repairs rather than full system replacements. This feature aligned with the economic realities of many households and small businesses that relied on the car for daily income or essential travel. Parts availability expanded over time as production continued in multiple regions, reinforcing a support ecosystem that allowed owners to find compatible components at reasonable prices. The car's global spread became a self-sustaining advantage. Owners praised the way the 504 managed cabin noise, especially given its mechanical simplicity. Sealed door frames, thoughtful insulation placement, and aerodynamic shaping reduced fatigue during extended drives. Fuel efficiency for the era was competitive. While not exceptional, it balanced operating cost with performance in a way that suited commuters and commercial drivers alike. The robustness of the manual transmissions available in 1978 contributed to the sedan's long life. Mechanical linkages were durable, and clutch assemblies were built to withstand repeated urban driving patterns. Over time, these qualities elevated the 504 from a routine transportation choice to a trusted companion. Reliability under heavy stress became its defining characteristic. The 504 earned loyalty from families, taxi operators, and long-distance travelers who valued consistency above novelty. Each positive experience reinforced the model's standing as a dependable solution in unpredictable conditions. When looking back at the origins of its legend, the essential point is clear. The Peugeot 5041978 thrived not because it was revolutionary but because it was engineered with patience, durability, and a practical understanding of how people actually use their vehicles. In this way, the foundation of its enduring legacy took shape long before its global reputation solidified. The Peugeot 5041978 occupies a unique place in automotive history because its reputation was shaped less by marketing and more by how it performed in environments far tougher than its original designers anticipated. Understanding this phenomenon requires examining the deeper mechanical and cultural forces that allowed it to endure in such varied conditions. The car's suspension, often cited as its signature strength, represented a careful balance of softness and control. Long control arms, compliant bushings, and thoughtfully tuned dampers created a platform that absorbed punishing surfaces while preserving directional stability. Owners discovered that this suspension configuration resisted fatigue surprisingly well. Metal components handled repeated flexing without premature wear, and rubber joints aged at a pace that made maintenance predictable rather than urgent. In regions where unpaved roads remained common, this consistency elevated the 504 into a preferred choice for drivers who needed stability over long distances with minimal downtime. While the ride quality appeared simple from the outside, the underlying geometry showcased engineering subtlety. Camber curves, roll center placement, and rear axle articulation worked together to tame awkward terrain where routine cars lost composure. The Peugeot 5041978 also benefited from an engine lineup designed around wide tolerance margins. Combustion chambers, cooling passages, and lubrication systems were engineered with enough reserve capacity to handle inconsistent fuel quality, extended idling, and long climbs in hot weather. Mechanics appreciated the straightforward layout. Spark plugs were accessible, belts could be replaced with basic tools, and the carburetor designs favored clarity over complexity. In many markets, drivers faced conditions where high load travel placed constant demands on cooling efficiency. The 504's radiator size and airflow path meant that overheating remained rare even when fully loaded on steep grades. This reliability under thermal stress created a reputation for mechanical resilience that spread through word of mouth. Drivers trusted the car because it rarely left them stranded due to temperature-related stress. Electrical systems of the era often struggled with corrosion or inconsistent grounding, yet the 504's wiring harness employed clear routing, durable insulation, and a fuse setup that encouraged fast troubleshooting. These features mattered greatly in areas with humid climates or dusty surroundings that challenged exposed connectors. The Peugeot 5041978 developed an unexpected following among informal transport networks. Taxi operators favored it for its cabin comfort, ease of repair, and predictable fuel needs. These drivers pushed the car to high mileage figures that served as living demonstrations of its durability. Many examples exceeded hundreds of thousands of miles with only routine mechanical attention. Such reliability was not accidental. It stemmed from a drivetrain built with thick casings, robust bearings, and gear ratios selected for versatility rather than sheer performance. In rural environments where mechanics often improvised repair methods, the 504's forgiving tolerances allowed parts to function even after straightforward reconditioning procedures. This trait lowered operating costs and kept fleets on the road. Fuel system design also contributed to its longevity. Metal tanks, simple pickup assemblies, and accessible fuel lines allowed quick cleaning or replacement when contaminants accumulated. The Peugeot 5041978 held its alignment well even after repeated encounters with potholes and uneven shoulders. This characteristic reduced tire wear and kept steering behavior predictable over time. Steering components were crafted with durability in mind. Tie rods, ball joints, and bushings resisted high load deformation that often affected lighter-duty rivals. In many developing markets, road repair cycles could stretch over long periods. Vehicles faced daily punishment from ruts, washboard surfaces, and shifting gravel. Under those circumstances, a car that could maintain straight-line composure and reasonably accurate steering became invaluable. The 504's interior materials further supported its practical appeal. Seat frames employed sturdy steel structures that maintained shape under heavy use, and fabrics were selected for resistance to fading and tearing. Ventilation systems relied on a combination of mechanical controls and intuitive ducting that kept airflow strong even with aging components. This helped occupants manage heat in climates where air conditioning was a luxury rather than a guarantee. Sound insulation was placed strategically, reducing fatigue during long trips and preserving the sense of refinement despite the car's utilitarian nature. The Peugeot 5041978 also benefited from body proportions that made it easy to maneuver in narrow streets, crowded markets, and tight rural paths. A relatively upright greenhouse improved outward visibility, enhancing safety in traffic systems with unpredictable patterns. Brake assemblies were robust, featuring discs at the front and dependable drums at the rear. Their cooling capacity and mechanical simplicity ensured stable stopping performance under repeated high-load conditions. This brake configuration also allowed inexpensive servicing. Shoes and pads could be replaced without specialized tools, fitting the economic realities of owners who manage tight maintenance budgets. In global markets where supply chains varied dramatically, the continuing production of the 504 in certain regions created a self-sustaining cycle. Spare parts remained widely available, and mechanical familiarity grew with each new generation of drivers and technicians. The Peugeot 5041978 became especially valued in commercial roles. It carried goods, supported medical outreach teams, functioned as a dependable taxi, and served families who needed a single car to manage both daily chores and long-distance travel. Its trunk layout accommodated cargo of various shapes without compromising rear seat comfort. This versatility contributed to its enduring presence in economies that demanded multipurpose vehicles. Owners discovered that the sedan could handle repeated loading and unloading without structural fatigue. Hinge assemblies, latch mechanisms, and body seals held up admirably, preserving the practicality that defined the model. This adaptability elevated the 504 from a consumer product to a community resource. When a car keeps working through rough seasons, it builds a legacy that persists in local memory. The Peugeot 5041978 also reflected an engineering philosophy that prioritized long-term dependability over short-term novelty. Its success illustrated that a thoughtfully built platform could outperform more advanced competitors when real-world conditions demanded resilience above technological complexity. As the model spread across continents, stories of its endurance accumulated. Families spoke of cars lasting multiple generations, small businesses relied on it for daily operations, and long-distance drivers considered it a trustworthy companion for challenging routes. These consistent experiences reinforced a collective belief in the car's reliability. Its reputation grew not from advertising but from observable performance across millions of miles. The Peugeot 5041978 stands today as a vivid example of how a straightforward design can leave a significant cultural imprint when it meets the real needs of everyday drivers. To understand its lasting impact, we look beyond mechanics and explore how the car shaped communities, economies, and expectations about what a dependable vehicle should provide. As the years passed and roads evolved at different speeds around the world, the 504 remained relevant because it offered something many newer models could not: steady reliability in environments where infrastructure was inconsistent and repair networks were sparse. Drivers trusted the car because it met them where they lived. It did not depend on advanced sensors, digital controls, or specialized diagnostics. Instead, it provided straightforward mechanical systems that communities could maintain with limited resources. This accessibility turned the Peugeot 5041978 into a cornerstone for countless families, businesses, and public service operations. It served as a taxi in bustling cities, a family hauler for rural households, and a daily work tool for small commercial operators who needed consistent performance without high operating costs. The car's global distribution created a network effect. As more units appeared in a region, more mechanics learned its systems, spare parts became easier to source, and local knowledge deepened. This reinforced its longevity while making it a rational choice for new drivers stepping into the used market. While some rivals introduced complex fuel systems or electronic controls, the 504 stayed mechanically grounded. This groundedness appealed to owners who valued predictability over cutting-edge technology. Its durability fostered a bond between drivers and their vehicles. Many treated the car as a long-term companion rather than a short-term purchase. In communities where reliable transportation supported economic growth, the 504 contributed stability. A dependable car meant uninterrupted access to markets, medical care, education, and employment. The Peugeot 5041978 also influenced expectations about what a sturdy sedan should feel like. Its composed ride set a benchmark for comfort over poor pavement, and its calm handling established a sense of safety without relying on digital intervention. For generations of drivers, it taught that a well-tuned suspension and balanced chassis could enhance both comfort and control. Even as more advanced models entered the market, many owners continued to maintain their 504s because replacement options did not always offer the same blend of simplicity and strength. In cultures where long-term ownership was common, this commitment reinforced the car's iconic status. Over time, the 504 became a unifying presence in diverse settings. It appeared in coastal towns, mountain villages, agricultural regions, and dense urban centers. Its familiar silhouette created a sense of continuity across communities with different lifestyles and challenges. When viewed through this global lens, the Peugeot 5041978 emerges as more than a product of its era. It becomes a symbol of resourcefulness and practical engineering. Owners found that the car not only transported them but also shaped their daily routines. Its reliability reduced stress, empowered mobility, and supported livelihoods in places where transportation challenges could limit opportunity. The consistency of its mechanical systems created trust across borders and generations. Mechanics who learned their trade on a 504 often carried that foundation into future careers. By emphasizing durability rather than novelty, the car influenced how many people around the world interpret value in automotive design. It demonstrated that thoughtful simplicity can outlast flashier innovations. The Peugeot 5041978 also contributed to a broader cultural narrative about perseverance. In stories passed between drivers, the car became synonymous with steady endurance under long-term pressure. This legacy continues to attract enthusiasts who appreciate its purpose-driven construction and its ability to remain functional with attentive care. In many regions, surviving examples still carry families and goods on routes that challenge newer and more complex vehicles. Their continued presence reinforces the original model's character. The 504's impact extends to modern expectations about sustainability. Long-lasting products reduce waste and encourage repair culture, and the car became an early example of how longevity can serve both economic and environmental interests. As transportation evolves toward electrification and software-defined features, the Peugeot 5041978 offers a reminder that durability remains an essential component of functional design. Its history illustrates that a vehicle can remain relevant when it is built to endure real-life demands. This understanding encourages a balanced perspective on progress. Technology adds convenience, but resilience ensures longevity. By examining how this sedan shaped mobility in regions with diverse challenges, we see how a clear design philosophy can influence not only drivers but entire communities. The Peugeot 5041978 thus stands as a testament to practical engineering that respects the realities of its users. Its ongoing presence on the road showcases the value of reliability in a changing world. In reflecting on the Peugeot 5041978, it becomes clear that its enduring presence is not an accident but the result of a design philosophy centered on resilience, accessibility, and long-term practicality. When examined across decades and continents, the car demonstrates how a straightforward approach to engineering can outlast shifting trends and the gradual rise of complex technology. The Peugeot 5041978 entered the market as a sensible family sedan, yet its balanced chassis, predictable steering characteristics, and long travel suspension allowed it to thrive far beyond environments its designers originally envisioned. In regions where roads demanded patient driving and where service networks were inconsistent, the car delivered stability that drivers quickly came to trust. Its mechanical systems highlighted the value of clarity over complication. Service points were accessible, carburetors were straightforward to adjust, and powertrains tolerated inconsistent fuel quality without frequent intervention. These qualities positioned the Peugeot 5041978 as a dependable partner for families, taxi operators, small commercial fleets, and rural communities that required reliability rather than novelty. As stories of its longevity spread, the sedan evolved from a transportation choice into a cultural fixture. The car's widespread adoption created strong support ecosystems. Mechanics learned its layout thoroughly, spare parts remained available in active markets, and community knowledge reinforced confidence in keeping older examples on the road. Over time, the Peugeot 5041978 became a symbol of steady performance under heavy stress. Its reputation grew through real-world use rather than promotional campaigns, and this authenticity continues to resonate with enthusiasts who admire vehicles that earn their legacy through function rather than flair. Even as modern cars introduce advanced electronics, interconnected systems, and increasingly specialized components, the 504 reminds us that durability and simplicity offer their own form of sophistication. For many drivers, a machine that communicates clearly, resists wear, and adapts to varied conditions provides a deeper sense of security than cutting-edge features alone. The Peugeot 5041978 also shaped expectations about the value of long-term ownership. It demonstrated that a car could serve multiple generations if maintained thoughtfully, and that resilience supports economic stability in regions where reliable mobility can influence opportunities and daily well-being. As surviving examples continue to operate in challenging climates and on demanding roads, they reinforce the model's remarkable staying power. The legacy of the Peugeot 50419778 rests not on spectacle but on consistency. It stands as a reminder that practical engineering can leave a lasting impression when it aligns with the real needs of people who depend on their vehicles every day. If you enjoyed this deep dive, consider liking the video, subscribing for more long-form automotive studies, and suggesting the next topic in the comments.